The Book of Enoch, while not necessarily a canonical work of the major religions, is undoubtedly a fascinating text. Dating back to around 300 BC, it is considered an ancient Jewish scripture and still holds a place in some modern Christian and Jewish traditions. Enoch, after whom the book is named, is referenced in the Book of Genesis and is described as an ancestor of Noah. One of the most captivating elements of this text is the story of the Watchers, angelic beings referred to as both the sons of God and the sons of heaven. In chapter 7 of the Book of Enoch, we are introduced to these Watchers, who were tasked with observing humanity's development without interfering. Despite their divine mandate, things took a dramatic turn when human men and women multiplied, and the daughters of man were described as exceedingly beautiful. The Watchers, captivated by their elegance, began to converse among themselves, contemplating the possibility of taking these women as wives. The leader of the Watchers, Semjaza or Samyaza, initially hesitated, warning his peers of the grave consequences they might face for such a transgression. However, the collective resolve of the Watchers overcame his reluctance, and together, all 200 of them descended to earth, defying their heavenly duties. Not only did these Watchers marry the daughters of men, but they also imparted forbidden knowledge. Each Watcher taught their mortal companions various secrets, sorcery, incantations, and the use of plants and roots. These revelations included divine knowledge that God had not intended for humanity, thus corrupting mankind. The result of these unions was the birth of the Nephilim, hybrid beings described as giants. The Nephilim were not ordinary children. Their immense size and strength allowed them to dominate and consume everything that humanity had built. They were said to devour not just resources but also people, creating widespread terror. As their destructive tendencies grew, the giants eventually turned on each other, plunging the earth into chaos and bloodshed. The text attributes particular blame to one Watcher, Azazel. In chapter 8, Azazel is said to have taught humanity the crafting of swords, knives, shields, and armor, introducing the art of warfare. He also revealed the secrets of adornment using precious stones, dyes, and cosmetics, allowing mankind to manipulate the natural world and distort its beauty. These teachings exacerbated the corruption of humanity, leading to increased impiety and moral decay. Alongside Azazel, other Watchers introduced humanity to astrology, the study of the stars, and other celestial sciences, further leading mankind astray. They were believed to have revealed secrets about the heavens that humans were not yet meant to understand, eroding the balance between the divine and mortal realms. The arrival of the Watchers also disrupted the natural order in other ways. Their teachings on sorcery and incantations led to the rise of dark practices, some of which aimed to manipulate life and death itself. Ancient texts suggest that these practices gave rise to fears of necromancy and other forbidden arts, leaving humanity increasingly reliant on powers beyond their understanding. The Watchers, through their actions, turned a world of simplicity and faith into one rife with conflict and suffering. Their presence was a double-edged sword, bringing knowledge but also chaos. Witnessing the destruction unfolding on earth, the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel took action. In chapter 9, they approach God, detailing the devastation caused by the Watchers and their offspring. They attributed much of the chaos to Azazel, who had taught forbidden arts, and to Semjaza, who had led the rebellion. The archangels pleaded with God to intervene and restore order. This moment is significant as it underscores the hierarchy within the celestial realm, with the archangels acting as mediators between God and the fallen Watchers. In chapter 10, God decreed a series of punishments. He sent Uriel to warn Noah, instructing him to conceal himself and prepare for a great flood that would cleanse the earth of its corruption. This flood was not just a punishment for humanity's sins, but a divine reset aimed at purging the earth of the Nephilim and the influence of the Watchers. God then commanded Raphael to bind Azazel hand and foot, casting him into utter darkness and covering him with sharp stones in a desolate region of the underworld called Dudiel. There, Azazel would remain until the day of judgment, when he would be cast into eternal fire. Meanwhile, Gabriel was tasked with inciting the Nephilim to destroy one another, ensuring their mutual annihilation. This act was both a punishment and a method of preventing further destruction. Finally, Michael confronted Semjaza and the other Watchers, informing them that they would witness the slaughter of their offspring before being bound in the depths of the earth for 70 generations. Afterward, they too would face eternal punishment in the fiery abyss. The story continues in chapter 12, where Enoch is called upon to deliver God's message to the Watchers. Despite their celestial origin, the Watchers are humbled as Enoch, a mere mortal, is chosen to convey their fate. This act symbolically places humanity above the fallen angels in God's eyes, highlighting the sanctity of human obedience over divine rebellion. The Watchers, now filled with terror and regret, beg Enoch to intercede on their behalf, asking him to petition God for mercy. However, Enoch's visions reveal that their pleas will be in vain. In chapter 14, he delivers God's final verdict. The Watchers will never find peace, forgiveness, or redemption. They are forever bound to the earth, awaiting their ultimate judgment. Chapter 21 offers a glimpse into the grim fate of the Watchers. Enoch is shown a desolate, fiery abyss, a prison for the angels who betrayed God. The place is described as both terrifying and eternal, with columns of fire reaching into the depths of the abyss. Uriel, who accompanies Enoch, explains that this is the eternal prison where the fallen angels will remain. The imagery in this chapter paints a vivid picture of divine justice, reinforcing the consequences of defying God's will. Interestingly, the second book of Enoch introduces the Grigori, a group of angels with parallels to the Watchers. These angels, led by a prince named Satanael, also descended to earth, took mortal women as wives, and caused chaos. Some scholars speculate that Satanael is an early representation of Satan, drawing connections between his fall and the rebellion of the Watchers. The text recounts how these angels were cast out of heaven and condemned for their actions, further expanding on the themes of rebellion and divine retribution. This parallel story provides additional context, showing that the fall of the Watchers was not an isolated event, but part of a broader narrative of celestial beings overstepping their bounds. The narrative of the Watchers and their offspring in the Book of Enoch is rich with themes of betrayal, morality, and ambition. It provides a compelling lens through which to view the origins of sin and the consequences of defying divine will. The story also sheds light on the power of the archangels, particularly Gabriel and Raphael, who play pivotal roles in combating the corruption brought by the Watchers. Their intervention underscores the importance of divine order and the ultimate authority of God. Though not part of the canonical religious text, the Book of Enoch offers profound insights and moral lessons. It presents a vivid narrative of how divine beings, corrupted by desire, can fall from grace and wreak havoc. This tale adds another layer to the biblical flood story, suggesting that the deluge was not only a punishment for humanity's sins, but also a means of eradicating the Nephilim and cleansing the earth of the Watchers' influence. The flood becomes a symbolic act of renewal, erasing the scars left by the Watchers and allowing humanity to start anew. The legacy of the Watchers extends beyond the Book of Enoch. Their story has influenced countless interpretations of angelic and demonic lore in later traditions. In Christian theology, echoes of the Watchers can be seen in discussions of free will, the nature of sin, and the consequences of pride. The Nephilim, too, have captured the imagination of scholars and storytellers, often being reimagined as giants, heroes, or even demigods in various myths and legends. What do you think about the story of the Watchers? Do you believe these ancient texts should receive more attention or even be taught as doctrine for the lessons they contain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more explorations into the fascinating world of angels, demons, and ancient mysteries.